Let's be honest, there's no guidebook when it comes to relationships. So we end up having to stumble through life trying to figure things out for ourselves. What if there was a podcast that found the answers for you, that provided insight to build a successful relationship and ultimately find the companionship you've always hoped for? Welcome to the Girls Ask Guys show, where we answer the questions most people are afraid to ask when it comes to lessons in life and love. It's time to master this thing called life together with your hosts, John and Ashley.
And last episode, we talked about the difference of what is being in love and what is loving somebody. And as you heard, me and John kind of differentiated the two. We still want to hear from you. Let us know what you think. That show is still up and running, and we can't wait to hear from you. This week, we're going to be talking about, is it okay to tell your best friend concerns about their girlfriend or boyfriend? And so the question is simply, should I tell my best friend that I have concerns about his girlfriend? Now, this anonymous person, which, good job, because you don't want your best friend to know these things. He goes out to say, I've known my best friend for 2 years now, and he started dating a girl a year ago. She has a child from a previous relationship that he has taken to wonderfully. That's awesome. She doesn't like talking to me much, but follows me on Twitter, so I followed her back to be nice. That's where I noticed an issue that bothers me about her. All her posts are about how hot she is and how he needs to make lots of money to buy her a new car and support her and buy her things. Well, she sounds exhausted. I don't know too much about their relationship outside of social media. He doesn't talk about it much. And all I see from her is what's been mentioned above. But I can't help but find it weird that she doesn't talk about anything else, like how he makes her feel, or how sweet he is, or how great of a dad he is to her son. Should I mention this to him, or should I keep my mouth shut and let him figure it out? Oof.
This is a touchy one.
Yeesh.
Because if this is handled badly, he's going to ruin a friendship that he's had for the past 2 years with him. And yeah, I agree with the gold digging and everything, and the lack of the traditional girly girl stuff where, or even from him, how great she is, how great he is, and all that normal stuff that usually happens. I think it's great that he's accepted that she does have a child from a previous relationship. That's great. But this one is touchy.
Right?
Really
it's very touchy, man. Like, This is one of those things that I would call a tread carefully. Like, so carefully you're barely treading and you're kind of standing. Because my first instinct is to say, of course, you want to tell your friend everything that's bothering you about this person. That's my first instinct. But then when I read more into it, I'm thinking to myself, like, maybe that's all it's social media. You're talking about what you see on social media. And do you know how many times social media has screwed something up?
Oh, geez.
You know?
Rumors have started on social media that people took as absolute truth. I'm not talking like the big political nonsense stuff. I'm talking about like ketchup is now poisonous for you.
Yeah, vaccines kill you.
Or what was that big one a couple years ago where this guy came up with eat as much chocolate as you want and lose weight?
Yeah.
And he made a big deal out of how he was able to trick actual news organizations and people into believing this made up lie. I mean, he came clean with it, but he was pointing out this is how social media can fuck people over.
No, I think he got caught in the lie and was like, ooh, it was just a social experiment. You know what I mean? Like, he just didn't want to go to jail. But yeah, I think maybe spending some time around them could help you.
Mm-hmm.
And, maybe doing like a double date. I don't know what your dating life is, but I assume that you can probably get a date. So maybe do a double date. Maybe see, because what you see on social media, like I said before, it's no indication of how their relationship actually is. And your friend is a grown-up, I assume.
Yeah. They could, hell if I know. I mean, I've done crazy stuff like this with girls that I've gone out with where we did our own, like, quote-unquote social experiment and just to see how other people would react. Not smart, but it was fun at the time. So, I mean, it could be something like that. But I want to take this at face value instead of making those kinds of assumptions. With this, I would tread very, very lightly with it. Just ask him about how he views her. And then maybe very carefully, I have no idea how you would even attempt to address this, but bring up, has she ever mentioned new car? Or what is your aspiration for a new job? Because she could just be reposting what he is saying. He could be telling her,
Sure.
yeah, I have this job lined up. I want to be making this much money. I'm going to get you a new car. I'm going to do this. And she's getting excited about his future potential.
Maybe she's just proud of him. Also, there's that. She could just be proud of a man and she's showing it off. Like, look, I got a hot dude who makes a shit ton of money. Who the fuck doesn't want, what I mean?
Yeah. Hell, I mean, what if some girl started going out with Tom Cruise and she's like, yeah, he makes this much money. He bought me a new car. I'm moving into his second mansion.
Right. The one on the island that nobody knows about. That's simply for rich people, and that's the thing. Like, maybe she's just proud. I mean, as a best friend, and I said this in the last episode, there's no stronger bond than best friendship. As a best friend, I understand the concern, and you just want you want your homie to be taken care of, and you want to make sure that he's happy. But they could just be like consensually gold digging. Yeah.
I mean, it could be the episode that we did on transactional relationships.
Right. It could just be, and it does seem empty if you're not a transactional person, but I mean, if he's a great dad and, once again, he's your best friend. So I don't expect you to really kind of say anything bad about him either,
Yeah.
But for all we know, it's him who's like, oh, tell everybody all the things that I do for you,
Yeah.
I mean, we just don't, there's too much left for speculation, because if you base this solely off social media, then you're kind of wasting your time trying to dissect the relationship. I think what's really happening, and this is just me thinking, I think you're a little upset that your best friend just got yanked from you.
Yeah, that could be very true. There's been a lot of friendships, and this tends to happen to a lot of people, and it's one of the warnings that I give is don't isolate yourself from your best friends, because those friendships can die because your entire focus is now on this one person. And if it doesn't work out, your friends are like, why are you back? You disappeared for like last 4 months.
Right, exactly.
You stopped hanging out with us. We used to play video games every Friday night.
It's not a good look for you.
Yeah, it's that whole friendship jealousy type thing.
Right, and that's kind of what it seems like. Now, if you truly are concerned that she's a gold digger and you want to bring it up, I don't know what, like, how do you say, hey man, I think she's stealing your money from you, or I think she's after you only because your money. If he's good looking and he's rich, like, those are the two things he knows.
And there's also the thing with, you've got this one guy. That's not where I wanted to go with that. Damn, I had this awesome thought. Okay, edit time.
Yeah, I mean, if you're saying your friend's hot and rich and like makes good money and he takes care of her kid and everything, obviously she freaking loves him in some sort of way.
This is something else that I've noticed is that, like, when I'm really, when I'm like serious about a potential person that I'm going out with, I don't really talk about them a whole lot. Now, my friends are aware that I am going out with somebody, but I kind of like hold them close. I don't do like the whole introduction thing. They ask me to go out on Saturday night or something. Like, nope, sorry, got a date, but I'm not telling them where I'm going. It's kind of like I keep them to myself.
You separate them
until I'm ready to introduce them. So if he's not really talking about her a whole lot, he's probably really into her.
I mean, you don't know what they're doing. Like when they lay down, you don't know that she doesn't tell them how proud of her she is. And the reason people post social media stuff anyway is for freaking vanity. Vast majority of social media is all vanity. So what she's doing is right on par with what social media was designed to do. I don't necessarily, like I said, if you think you're, oh wow, that was weird. If you think she's gold digging, maybe sit your friend down. Like I said, go on a double date with them. Grab yourself a date, go on the date, and see how she behaves. Because she might not like talk to you because she doesn't like you. And people don't have to like you just because they're dating your friends. I usually date people and I hate their friends. And if I do date someone and I like their friends, I think that's weird, Like, I like to keep them separate also.
But anytime somebody is like really into somebody, I mean, you're not going to get along with all of their friends. I mean, there's always that one that you're just like, oh, no. We're not going anywhere if they're coming.
Yeah, I'm not going. I don't want to be around them. Yeah, I feel like I'm that friend for some people, and that's cool.
Yeah, and I'm not cut out for everybody. I mean, not everybody likes me. That I don't believe that, but but yeah, I mean, you're not going to get along with everybody. It's just that easy. And this right here, I would tread real light on this because I just don't.
I'm literally leaning towards keep your mouth shut.
Yeah,
like because unless you're around them, like, and if you say he's a great dad, why are you trying to fuck this up for this kid, man?
So she's not talking about him in the best light. You're not seeing all that lovey-dovey stuff posted up on Twitter. He more than likely, if this has been going, because we have no idea how long this relationship has been going on.
They said a year. He started dating a girl about a year ago.
For a year ago? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so if they've been going out for a year, I'm pretty sure he knows that she has a Twitter account.
Dude, I totally forgot about that. You're so right. Like, yeah, like they're probably together on social media. They probably follow each other.
Even if he doesn't actually follow her, it's not that hard to type in somebody's Twitter handle and go see what's being posted. What are you doing? Oh, I'm on Twitter. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Maybe he doesn't care.
Yeah, he probably doesn't care. Or, yeah, they've been going out for a year. He started off with nothing, and yeah, now he's got potential for this new job. So she's posting about it in her own way. Yeah, and being together for a year, this isn't something that she's going to be able to cover up. I mean, if she's actually using him as a gold digger, it's kind of hard to cover all that up.
You can figure gold digging out within and gold diggers aren't really, they call it what you want. They're a liar. They aren't lying to you about them being with you for their money. That's it's blatantly obvious, and you sort of figure it out right then and there. You say, oh, well, shit.
I'm sure they've gone out with each other someplace shopping at some point in time.
Right.
I need to go to whatever store. You walk in there, and they're just like picking everything out that, like, hey, this $90 sweater looks so good. Hint, 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 slap across the face, hint, hint. Yeah. And that happens repeatedly. It's kind of obvious. I've had that happen.
And he might be okay with that. I mean...
Yeah, he could be okay with it. Transactional relationship.
It's a perfectly valid type of relationship that I think has a lot of value. And that doesn't mean there's any love lost. No, I'm with you because you're hot and we look good together. We make a very cute family. You're with me because I'm rich and, we make a very good family. So there's an understanding there that's not, it's almost, it's not deeper than love, but it's pretty much the same thing. It's a diehard understanding that as long as you maintain this, we will still be this. And I think it's a very it's an easier defined relationship, if anything. But like I said, I'm really teetering on the concept of you just shutting the hell up.
Especially since you don't have all the facts.
Right. That's because, and you literally say it to yourself, you say it yourself. She has a child from a previous relationship that he's taken to wonderfully. So he loves this kid. He apparently loves to provide for her, and she is very appreciative of that. Why are you trying to break up a happy home because you think it's not happy? That's a bit weird.
Yeah. I look at this from okay, I have a case sitting in front of me. If I took this to a court of law, would I be able to prove something? In this case, based on what I have, no.
No, you can't prove a damn thing.
I would be laughed out of court.
Right.
So, unless you actually have rock solid, hard proof evidence from all angles, I would stay away from it.
Because then you're just jeopardizing your friendship.
Yeah, you can try, but I imagine because they have been going out for a year and you've known him for 1 year prior to that.
Right.
You come between them, I can almost rock solid guarantee he's going to go for her before he goes for you.
Even if she's destructive. And that's
the
not
power
a joke.
of that love thing. What do they say? Love conquers all?
Yeah, no, love punches everything in the face.
Yeah, right. Love conquers all, and then it kicks you in the balls. So,
right.
There you
We
go.
need that on a shirt. That's an awesome shirt idea. It's really funny.
Yeah, I just came up with that off the top of my head.
That's really good, dude. I love it. It's like super cool. We should keep that one. Write that down, people. Love conquers all, that it kicks you in the balls. That is our official slogan for everything. But you also go on to say that, she doesn't post all of this, she doesn't talk about how much they made you feel and all that shit. Maybe they're not emotional. Maybe she's not emotional. Some people aren't emotional.
That they're beyond that emotional period. This is a year later.
Right, yeah. Like, they're already numb to the fact that they love each other, and they don't have to constantly be reminded of, or they don't have to constantly update you, by the way, because that's what we're talking about here. We're talking about you, and you are so goddamn nosy that instead of asking your friend how he's feeling, you want to go and you want to make an online post about it and be all vague and chicken shit. Sit your friend down and say, hey, man, how you feeling?
Yeah. How's it going with so-and-so? He's
Get him drunk.
He's beyond the point of that honeymoon phase. That has come and gone. They've got a routine going now. And stepping into that and trying to, hey, man, I think she's just using you. All that's going to do is just piss him the fuck off.
Right.
If you want to broach it, my thing would be, hey, or do you have a new job coming up? Yeah, I've got this great new position. Okay, it's validated. That's what she's talking about. Done. Leave it alone.
Right. It is a very good question. I think if you should talk to your girl, your best friend about concerns they have, it's a very good question. Because you should. If you truly care about your friend and you see them doing something, like you catch them going into a brothel, those are the kinds of concerns you can bring up, ones you can prove. But if you are just speculating based on Twitter, my friend, let me tell you, you either A, need to get laid, or B, you need new friends, because that is weird. This is weird.
First, I would step away from this thing and just leave it alone. Because they've been going out for a year. I would imagine he is probably aware of it. Your concerns are your concerns. Yes, I get you want to look out for your friend. I want to look out for my friends too. I don't want to see anything happen to them. I don't want to see them make a mistake, but I cannot stop them from making a mistake.
I agree. I don't see this as a big deal. The way it's described, because I've been in a relationship for like 7 months now, and if you looked at my Facebook, you would never be able to tell. Why? Because I'm very secretive about that kind of stuff. However, if I do get drunk, my Snapchat story blows up. I will say that. But that's just me, and that's the thing is, you can't base your relationship, like what you think about someone's relationship, off of social media, because some people don't want all the stuff broadcasted. Some people love it for some reason.
Yeah, you look at, I really don't even have a personal Twitter account. No, but we have a Twitter account for the show.
We do.
I have my own personal Facebook page, but it's practically damn near blank.
Unsearchable, by the way. Like, literally unsearchable.
To me, my life is not all that interesting. A lot of people think I have like the most interesting friggin' life out there. I'm just like, no, I just do a lot of stuff. But to me, it's normal. It's not just like, it's not stuff that I share.
Right. And it shouldn't have to be. You shouldn't.
Yeah.
This is another thing that aggravates me about this concept of basing shit on what you saw on Twitter. Like, they don't have a goddamn thing they have to prove to you. And if you're a friend, if you're a true best friend, then instead of stalking a Twitter and saying, man, she doesn't treat him right, how about you grow some balls and not be afraid to talk to your friend? I don't know why you would think that they owe you any freaking thing and that they have to post whatever happens on Twitter or some shit like that. Like, that's so dumb to me. I don't know, it's just so dumb.
I mean, my prior Facebook page, I went to Houston and we were doing some parkour, and then we went to a party.
Is there a video of this?
I do have some photos of it.
That's awesome.
But actually, it was one of the dumbest things I've ever done in my life.
So strange, John. Your life is so strange.
Well, no, I was, this particular photograph, we were on top of a building, and we're going from one building to another, and we're like 13 stories up. And okay, so the first guy jumped off the edge and landed on this 2-foot ledge, ran across, and then scaled up this wall on the other building. Well, next guy can't be outdone by that, so he does like a fast pass off of it. The next guy does like a fast pass with a twist, and I'm just like, okay, yeah, I'm not being shown up. So I did a damn backflip.
Naturally.
And yeah, if I had missed that 2-foot ledge, I would not be here today. But
that's intense.
Yeah, my buddy, he had his camera on this arm, so he caught me from above as I'm doing this backflip. I'm like in the middle of the backflip, looking right at the camera. But anyway, yeah, we finished doing that, and they decided to go to this club. So we went to this club, and there happened to be the Hollywood after party. Well, not total after party. It's like they were wrapping up shooting the final scene of the movie in Houston.
Mm-hmm.
Well, our two parties started to like merge together.
Nice.
So I have a photograph with a movie star. And
Sweet.
yeah, so I post that on my Facebook page, and the very next friggin' day, I'm being accused of photoshopping. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I mean, I'm not that, I'm okay with photo editing and stuff, but it's like very basic shit. If you saw some of my photoshopped stuff, it looks like
I'm so bad at Photoshop.
I'm terrible at it. I can't Photoshop shit.
You know how people like superimpose faces? I don't know how to do that, dude.
No, I don't know how to do that. I mean, it's so friggin' obvious that I've photoshopped stuff. And when I do Photoshop, it's intended for a friggin' joke.
Right.
Like, I put myself in front of like a Lamborghini, and it's got like, or it has like my agency's logos and stuff on it. It's friggin' obvious. That is not my unit. So I was like, what the fuck? I mean, you see all this stuff. Here's my history of Photoshop, but this one I Photoshopped.
You became a pro.
Yeah,
like
I became
overnight.
Yeah. I was like, what the hell? So, I mean, after that, I mean, it pissed me off because one of the things I'm very, very big on is my integrity. And I don't lie about stuff. So when you accuse me of lying, I get really pissed. I mean, you are no longer in my life. You are cut out. Shut the fuck up. Go away. So, I mean, you can't believe everything that's posted on social media.
Social media.
Pretty much what I'm getting at. I took my entire page down and I let it die. I mean, I wasn't on Facebook for almost a year.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Because it kept coming back up. So everybody that was new, that came into my area that I was training, yeah, they would hear about that. And they would go out and they'd grab that photo and find a similar photo with her in it and go, see, it's Photoshop. So you're telling me I got all of the shadows correct. I've got the wrinkles on the arm where her hand was wrapped around my arm or my back. I got all of those correct. I got her hairstyle miraculously changed. I was like, the lighting, man, I was like, what the fuck? Are you kidding me?
People are crazy, man.
Yeah.
People are wild.
Yeah, so you can't believe, I mean, yeah, take stuff at face value. That's all you can do on social media. But you can't believe everything.
Right, and just chill out, man.
What she's posting on Twitter, you could be taken completely out of context because you do not know the entire story. You know the 250 characters of the story there.
Right, exactly. You don't know a damn thing. And like I said, to me, it just seems like you miss your friend. Like, that's really what it seems like to me. I'm not even kidding. And I understand that because I have a friend, and if, I have friends, and I miss them, but, like, you don't want to go try and destroy their whole relationship just because you don't understand what's happening.
Yeah.
Like, it's so stupid.
Yeah, and you'd admit it to yourself.
Right.
You say it right here, that you don't know what's going on other than what is posted above.
Yeah, you have no idea what's going on, but you assume naturally that it can't be great. And that's pretty shitty because, I don't know.
There's an old military saying that when you assume something, You make an ass out of you and me.
Is that from the military?
Well, that's where I first heard it, so I'm assuming. So there you go.
So yeah, you just made an ass out of yourself in the U.S. military. Congratulations. Yep. Oh my goodness. No, but I can't wrap my mind around, seeing something on Facebook and being like, that's got to be the truth. Come on, man, do better.
And especially Twitter. I mean, Twitter. I mean, those posts come and go so damn fast. I mean, you could miss like 15 posts between it.
Be a better friend. Seriously.
Yeah, you saw where he's going to buy me a new car. And then you logged off. You're like, oh my God. And then 3 hours later, you log back in and you missed. He's got a new job. He's got this. He's got that. All this stuff going.
Maybe she has a job too. She's just, maybe she's just happy. That's also another thing you might want to consider, because it sounds like to me, she was a single parent and now she has a partner to help her. And that sounds like something to celebrate. And nowadays, it's not that easy. Right? It's never that easy.
Finding a guy to step into, I put it this way, but a microwave family.
Yeah, take care of your badass kid.
Yeah, even for girls. I mean, a lot of girls don't want to go out with guys that already have kids because they don't want to be like the Insta mother.
Right.
And face all those challenges. So the fact that she's found somebody and that he is willing to step in and take that role, leave him alone.
Really, be better. Yeah. Do better. Just be a better person.
Yeah. I've already given the tip 3 times already on how I would possibly approach this if that's the direction you want to go. But my word of warning is I would just stay out of it. Because they've been together for over a year. He is probably perfectly aware of everything that she is doing.
Right.
So just leave it alone.
Leave it alone, yeah. I would say leave it alone also. And that just simply, like John said, it just seems too vague. If you had a specific instance where you saw her like actually gold digging, or you know what I mean, like she's like wanted in Mexico for killing husbands or some shit like that. Like if she's one of those people, then absolutely,
she's a Black Widow.
Yeah, she's a Black Widow. Yeah, please, by all means, talk to your friend. But if you don't have proof, don't go try to fuck someone's relationship up just because you're unhappy.
Yeah. Or you think something might be happening.
Right, you think something might be happening.
Because actually, you know what this reminds me of? High school.
I was going to say, like, every Lifetime movie ever that ends up with the best friend killing the friend.
Yeah, but it just reminds me of high school, the high school gossip ring.
Very much so.
Oh, I saw him. He was having lunch with her at Domino's or Pizza Hut. And, they were studying, but all of a sudden he's now cheating. And, that wasn't it. And
that's not
now
exactly
everybody's pissed at him or pissed at her. And then they break up, and then they find out, no, that's not what was happening. So then now all of them turn against the person that started the rumor.
We never really do change that whole high school mentality, though, believe it or not. I think it's natural, actually.
Yeah.
To sort of feel that jealousy that's clearly going on. I think there's some jealousy here. And it's sort of natural to kind of feel replaced. But it's not natural to want to, like, say something. Maybe it is natural. I don't know. My friends and I would laugh at a gold digger, so, like...
I can get the jealousy thing.
Yeah.
Where you kind of miss just hanging out with them, and you want them back, and then it goes on long enough, and it's like, okay, I'm going to get them back.
Right?
But,
that's creepy, but
it is.
Totally.
It is.
It's all right.
I probably could come up with a better deal.
So I believe we are out of time.
So we are out of time on this one. And my recommendation is...
Shut the hell up.
Yeah, stay away from it. You don't have all the facts. So you, as the listening audience, hey, what do you guys think? Let us know, because we could be completely off, or you can have like a completely different take on it. Did we cover this well enough?
That was a good question.
Yeah.
Crossing question. As always, don't forget to subscribe.
Yes, we do enjoy those subscribers, because that is what really helps us offset the cost of producing all of these shows.
Right. And
that is going to be a trip, because we've got
some new us.
We got something new for that. Stick around. I'm messing this up. Stick around.
He's so excited.
Yeah.
He's so excited.
Okay, so with that, we are out of time.
That's all for this episode of the Girls Ask Guys show, where all of us learn to master this thing called life together. For more answers to your questions on life and love, be sure to subscribe to the show so you don't miss a single episode. And head to girlsaskguyshow.com to submit your questions for a future episode or apply to be a guest on the show. Good luck out there, and we'll catch you next time, right here on the Girls Ask Guys show.